Happy holidays. Welcome to Diane's channel. All roads lead to Kumasi. Kumasi is where Diane will be spending a couple days for the Christmas. And Kumasi, guys, is the second largest city in Ghana. Accra is number one. So we're talking Kumasi, yes, like Accra. It's bigger than Jamaica, just plain and simple. It is bigger than Jamaica. And I can tell you that whilst I was in Jamaica looking into the YouTube content from 2020, and Kumasi was one of the regions that I saw, and there's a particular place that I saw some content on, and I said to myself, I must go to that place. And so I am intending to go there, and I'm going to bring you some footage on that. So you're looking to visit Destination Ghana, right? And you know, Accra the capital, you hear a lot about Accra the capital. Even if you decide that it is your base and you want to choose and go out to the other regions, and you say, hey, tell me a little bit about Kumasi. And so for myself, what better way than just to go where I wanted to visit and see. Again, the second largest city. So, you know, as a city, it will have everything that you can quite possibly think about. The journey heading into Kumasi, you know, I did tell you on the last content that I put out with the recap that you can either fly there, which if you flew, you're talking probably an hour, I believe, or a little under an hour. And if you go by vehicle, then you're talking 5 hours. And of course, my mode will be the VIP coach. So I am quite excited to see, you know, how Ghana's VIP coach stands up to our coach in Jamaica, which is quite popular, called the Knoxford Express, which I myself have traveled on when I went out of town, right? Because I personally did not like to drive very far. So if I was going out of town for a couple of days or so, then the Knoxford Express is what I would do. So it's that kind of coach. So I really want to see how the Ghana's VIP coach, you know, lines up beside Jamaica's Knoxford Express. But the coach, as I am told, is quite comfortable, and I'll be able to get that. And yes, we're talking 5 hours, and we'll have what I call a pit stop, which is just a stop, I guess, for you to get, if you wanted, refreshments or to make a restroom stuff, you know. So that let me see how that go now, and I'll share it with you. And again, I'm intending to have a pleasant ride, and obviously just to see the scenery, you know, because I'm sure there should be a lot I should be seeing on a 5 hours journey. And so what did Dan do? You know, does Dan have contacts in Kumasi? No, not as yet. Not as yet. All things are possible. I literally went online and looking for, you know, places to stay, you know, based on the reviews, the ratings. But you and I know, you know, that when you do not have a direct referral, meaning someone who you know and you may have similar taste that has actually stayed somewhere, you know, is a chance you're taking. And because I'm not familiar with the names of the different hotels, or some of the smaller ones I will refer to as boutique hotels. I can say to you the one that I have chosen, yes, I'm going to be able to let you see that visually, you know. It has 17 rooms, so I will refer to that as a boutique. So there are a couple of things that on the website that seems rather attractive. enough for me to say, okay, let me go and check it out. What I did was I made my reservations way back in October, so that I believe I could get, like a pretty decent rate, and I did not wait until last month, or worse now, where the rates obviously would go up. And where I'm intending to stay, I can tell you, which is quite common, that you really did not have to make a deposit, yes, and you really had a long enough time to cancel without any costs coming back at you. So that's also a big bonus, yes, because from my experience, oftentimes, if I did not travel to the States for the Christmas holidays and I went out of town to an all-inclusive little spot in Jamaica, when you make your little reservations, and again, I would normally do my thing through a travel agent, and they need some ching. They need some deposit, yes. So when you are able, I believe that you can make your reservations and you don't have to put down $1. Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, that's not too bad. So again, I'll give more details, obviously, on where I'm going to stay once I get down to Kumasi. I'm just going to wing it. Yes, I'll find out, what is it I want to see. I have one or two places that's of interest. But let me see how it goes. No Christmas. And again, if you do not celebrate Christmas, I understand, that's fine. I do. So bear with me with some of the things that I speak of and will speak on in this moment. Now, for those of you, the Jamaican diaspora, and even those persons that are not from the Jamaica diaspora, I'm sure you notice that things are a little different when we're getting into the Christmas. In Jamaica, it's quite common to hear us say, you feel the Christmas spirit yet? Hey, the Christmas spirit, you feel it? Because, in Jamaica, you see the lights start going up. There are stores that will have some Christmas lights, in there, or plazas, we'll refer to them as the mall. You see the lights going up and the decoration going up. So whether or not you will celebrate Christmas or not for religious reasons, the bottom line is when it hits into December and this time, say it's a different type of the year, because you do have Jamaicans who are going to take out all the little bits and pieces that relates to Christmas that you will not see during the rest of the year. And so even, where I lived, you will have neighbors putting up their lights and doing their whole thing. And to be honest with you, I love seeing all the lights. And so if I'm in the States, I pretty much see the same thing. My friends and family, I have a small family, immediate family, you'll see some effort is made with some lights or whatever. So that is something that you kind of get accustomed to seeing. Here I'm in Ghana. Where I'm living, I see a couple neighbors do have the lights up on their homes, not seeing Christmas trees out. And in my movements, and I've popped into one or two stores or so, I'll go in and say, what happened? You don't have any lights or anything? I'm not seeing a lot of that. And I made enquiries and I was told that some places that if you're going to go for entertainment, they may or may not have, but it is not something that is the norm. And a Ghanaian said to me, well, with all costs of electricity and so on. I said, wait a minute. I said, hello. In Jamaica, it's the same thing, as a matter of fact, our power company is called, I'll just say JPS for short, right? And I bawl. I always bawling about the light bill. So when it comes on to electricity costs, I am telling you, worse at this time. I am sure you will have persons outside of Ghana where they're living, whether it's Jamaica or in the States, that bawling about the whole energy cost and how it affects, yes? So notwithstanding, you will still see some persons put up what we call a little pepper light, the little tiny ones. So be that as it may, that to me, it's something that I did not expect. I just thought I would have seen more of it. So that is it. And I'm telling you, we all have different habits, yeah, and different cultural practices. And so this may be minute to you and simple, but it's like a little conversation piece, and I just decided to bring it to you because Dan really loves the whole dressing up on Christmas Day and seeing where she's going to hang out and have a nice little time. And I still intend to do that and maintain that. So far being in Ghana, guys, the 29th of this month will be 8 months that I'm in Ghana. And a friend of mine overseas says, Dan, tell me how you feel, how you really feel being there in Ghana. You're missing Jamaica or anything, I said, to be honest with you, it's almost like I'm here in Jamaica. It's just a bigger Jamaica, and of course the system is different. There are similarities in some way, but on a whole, economically, it is very different to Jamaica. But I can tell you, when you realize that, hey, there is like a big difference, it's just when we are communicating at times, yes, even though, English is spoken, sometimes understanding what is said, it gets a little bit tricky. But let me tell you something, no, I'm good, right? I'm feeling good. 8 months around the corner, I have no regrets. I can honestly say to you, the positives for me, far outweigh the negatives. And so with that said, there is no need for me to bring what is not weighing me down. Okay, so as I continue to find my way, move around and learn, it is still exciting as I go ahead. Okay, so with that said, my good, yes, still communicating with their friends and loved ones. As a matter of fact, sometimes when you're talking on WhatsApp, because I do a lot of talking, I can't do the back and forth texting with persons who I have relationships with, right? You need to hear the voice. And I sometimes, of course the connection falls, but there are other times when I say, my God, look how we get a good hour talking and nothing don't drop and nothing don't cut off. And sometimes when you're in Jamaica too and you're on the phone talking, we have some little internet challenges. But yes, it's not as challenging at times as in Ghana. But we have to find a way to work through and navigate through that, especially persons who are coming in and intending to work from home, where internet fluidity is of the utmost importance. Okay, so that is what I have to say on communicating cross borders, where the internet is of paramount importance to you. Another thing that I will bring about day-to-day moving around in Ghana, let me tell you something. You see, our little Jamaican dialect, or little pato, I find it very interesting. Once I come across someone and they hear my accent, and if I say Jamaican, they immediately say, oh, they like the patois. I'm running in my community in the mornings, exercising, 1 or 2 familiar faces, no like a joke. If they see me morning, do a quick stop and say something in patois. And I say, wait a minute, hold on. And so guys, I will just say to you, as Jamaicans, our dialect strong here in Ghana, on the continent of Africa, they like our patois. They want to learn the patois. And when I say I'm trying to learn the tree and I find it difficult, they're like, your patois is more difficult. And I say, come on, no, it's just broken English. So again, I'm saying to you, and I explain to them, I say, every Jamaican knows how to speak patois. Some speaks it more, than others. But trust me, the older we know of a chat, we look a pattern on again, okay? We all know how to converse in our patois. And I'm saying to you out there on the global space, hold it strong, keep it good, because at the end of the day, nothing is sweeter when you can flip the vernacular, okay? As long as you break it down so that your audience can understand. That makes us truly distinctive. It's one of our distinctive identities in the way we speak, and so never be embarrassed about it, because it is sweet, understand, and you truly have an appreciation for persons who are outside of your culture and just the way that they respond to that. So hold on to that and hold tight to that and just give it as straight as it is. Yes. What else am I going to bring to you? The weather. You haven't heard me speak about the weather, because early on in the channel, a couple months, I was bawling about how nippy it is. Well, we are past the nippy phase, and I understand what they're now saying. At this time, it is definitely hotter than before, which they refer to as the rainy season. But I can tell you from my experience, yes, almost 8 months in, I still find Jamaica to be hotter than Ghana, what I'm experiencing in this region. Let me see when I head out to Kumasi how it's going to go. Guys, I've also been asked, Dan S, when you're going to do a live. That's something I'm thinking about, but I'm waiting until we get up to 2,000 subscribers, and I have 1 or 2 ideas where what I want my live to be about, and try to get 1 or 2 persons that they have been on my channel before, yes, newbies, and for them to share, because remember, Diane's channel is sharing her journey from Jamaica to Ghana, living in Ghana, and anybody who has connected with her and landed in Ghana, and still in Ghana doing things, I would love for you to hear from them, because again, I think it is sweet when you can hear from those persons who are literally walking through the path, and let them just honestly and openly share their experiences thus far. Remember, I said again, not a bed of roses anywhere, but you have to make it, right? And we have to prevail. Any which way, which up, we have to prevail. And as soldiers, we have to know how to walk it through. But again, I will still maintain destination Ghana is very much doable if you are intentional about what you want to do, and that everything is in sync and everything is lined up, mind, body, soul. Yes, get that going on, and all should be well. I'm still here to facilitate anyone that reaches out on the channel. If we look at where we are finance-wise in Ghana, in my 8 months here, yes, prices have gone up. But again, if you are intentional and you are coming in with your foreign exchange, I do believe you can tweak it and all will be well. Construction always interests me, because everywhere I turn, if it's not houses being built up, clearly it's going to be some plaza. And so whether persons are looking that for their home or they're going to build and sell, it is live here in Ghana. And again, when you sit down and you meet and you have discussions, you realize if you put it on pen and paper and you have a little nest egg coming in, you can literally turn that over and let something work for you. So guys, Kumasi, right? So just hold tight when bring some coverage on destination Kumasi. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Before I go, I will say to you, in all things, just give thanks. In all things, just give thanks. whilst some of us are looking forward to enjoying the holiday season, for those even if they don't celebrate it, they're getting some time off because it's a public holiday. You have others who are mourning their loved ones who have just passed during this time. So again, hug up who you like, touch base with who you like, and keep it true. As I will say, to thine own self, be true. Thank you. Merasi. God bless.